Greetings, everybody. My name is Matt Costa. Today is 22 January 2021. It has been 8 days since my last video. I'm here with an update regarding my new worm bin. This is my first worm bin, so I'm still learning. This is certainly not intended to be instructional. My goal is to simply just share my journey with this cool project. So I've added food a couple times in the last week. I added a few banana peels, I think three, some coffee grounds, some eggshells, and a little bit of shredded cardboard and paper. Today my project is to move the bin. The Today my project is to move my worm bin into a bigger container. Here is the bin that I will be transporting the contents to. I wanted to do this for a couple reasons, which I'll explain a little later in the video, along with the footage of me doing the transfer. Uh, Here's my shredded cardboard and paper I will be using. I bought this shredder on Craigslist from a guy. It's a 12 sheet microcut shredder. I'm very happy with it. It cuts up cardboard very nicely. Uh, so I'm just going to lay down a small layer of this stuff as some bedding for the new bin to make sure if there's any excess moisture in the bin that it'll go ahead and get sopped up by this carbon on the bottom. Um, so this bin, unlike the smaller bin that I'm currently using, does not have holes in the bottom. This is a route I want to go with. I think I'll be able to maintain and monitor the moisture content well enough, um, and it'll just be less messy with holes down there. I have seen uh, I have seen some people talk about the lychee that comes out of the bottom. It is not the same as worm tea, um, and I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want everything to stay in the bin and compost away and make some good worm castings for me. So here I am beginning to go ahead and transfer the worms over. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this transfer, as you can see, this bin was just way too full. There was way too much content in there. Um, the worms came with actually a lot of soil, or I don't know what you call that stuff. The dry, maybe it was peat moss that they packed the worms with. There was just a lot of it, and I didn't get rid of any of it. I just dumped it all into the bin, and I used it all. Um, and with that and me just adding a little bit of carbon and a little bit of food, the bin was completely full. And so another that was one of the reasons it's just too full. Another reason I wanted to transfer the bin was because I noticed when I checked on the worms a few days ago and I digged in the middle, or I dug in the middle, it was very, very warm in the center. It was almost hot, and I was worried about the worms that um, they were going to boil to death in there, honestly. Um, I don't know if it was because of the pressure of too much stuff. Um, as you'll see here, a lot of the cardboard that I used to set up the bin initially kind of caked together, and I'm wondering if the bin that I used, the way I put everything, it kind of created like a hot compost situation, um, uh, which I've heard can just, the worms, they need the good room temperature. They don't want it hot. I don't want to kill my worms that way. So I wanted to spread everything out, make it shallower, um, and this gave me a perfect opportunity to kind of rifle through all the stuff in here and break up some of the stuff, as you can see, that was kind of caked on together. It was not really conducive to worms getting at it. So I put a lot of this cardboard in here. I ripped it up into small pieces of paper one day before I had the shredder, and before I had the worms as well. I was just preparing um, all my bedding and what I was going to put in there. And I'm really happy that I have the shredder now, and all the cardboard I'm going to put in the future is going to be shredded. Um, but I'm also happy I have this cardboard here because it's going to show me. It's going to be a good metric to show me how well everything has decomposed in the future. So I'm going to be monitoring that. You can see the Cheez-It boxes and stuff. We'll see how long that takes to get away. Um, but yeah, so I just went ahead and spread this out, kind of aiding the worms and kind of breaking up some of this stuff to make sure they can get at everything. Um, I applied just a very small feeding after this. I throw some eggshells, which you'll see in a moment, and and I sprinkled in a little bit of the worm feed that I received when I ordered the worms as well. And that's about it. You know, add a little bit of moisture, spray it with my spray bottle, and cover it up with some um, and I covered it up with some newspaper. So thank you for watching. Thank you for this is a longer video than I anticipated, but I figured instead of cutting everything out, I might as well just post it, and if nothing else, it'll be good for me for my journey of looking back on my progress in the future. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.